Just a quick video. I actually got done watching uh, this Halloween thing. To be honest with you, the last two, man, Halloween H20, I do remember watching it, and I do remember liking it. But I just was like, Halloween H20, it was good. I like the premise of it. I can't sit and say I don't like it, but what I can say, it's a weaker one out of the bunch. I like the older ones better. Because when I was sitting there watching, so oh yeah, I remember watching this. 'Cause I remember we was all jacked up to see it because Jamie Lee Curtis decided to come back, which was you know, Halloween H20 right there. Halloween H20, as you see up here at the top one. This had you know, this is what your name. I guess he was young. Josh Hartnett. Played as. I remember him being in that. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I remember watching. I did like it, but I felt like bringing Jamie Lee Curtis back would bring us. It did bring us all back. I remember even back then when Jamie Lee Curtis decided to come back. I was like, we were all kind of excited because she was the one to start it all with the original movie. But I remember when I could still see myself back in that time, just like, you know, I thought it was okay. It had LL Cool J in there. It just uh, it I liked how she fought him at the end, and I did like how, because I remember I was asking some questions about how is Michael Myers how is he staying alive so much? I know he's pure evil, but Michael Myers, I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Does he ever stop to get something to eat? Dang, man. Does he ever have to use the restroom? Yeah, yeah. These are thoughts that keep going through my mind every time I watch these movies. I think, dang, Michael, don't you get hungry sometimes? I think he does, but I know they don't get into that part. But man, I'm like, man, I'll be watching these movies. It's like, dude, how you eating? How you eating? It seems like I'm getting dark here, but it just looks like but I did enjoy it though, not gonna lie. I did enjoy it. I'm enjoying it because I'm getting into the next month's Halloween season full on, but I'm just getting my little fix on right now. So yeah, I just got done watching Halloween H20 last night, and Halloween Resurrection, I watched it next, and whoo, it the part that I think I liked the most was when all the kids was partying at the Halloween party, and that one kid was talking to that one chick through his phone, because cell phones technology was kind of not like it is today. So I kind of like that part. You can see how the technology and the cell phones changed. So I'm talking about two movies in one video. So I'm talking about Halloween H20, 20 years later. There was some good fight scenes though with Jamie Lee Curtis, man, and stuff. And then they had LL Cool J in there. Josh Hartnett, he was super young. And it was pretty cool. The only thing about Halloween H20 is the fact that he drove all the way out to LA, and then she faked her death. I'm like, boy, this dude's pretty, I'm just saying Michael's pretty smart, man, to be able to figure all that out, that she wasn't dead, and he went in there. There's a part had where this nurse, man, that used to work for the guy, can't think of his name, the doc, the Loomis. He had passed away, and so Michael broke into that nurse's home to get the file. I'm sitting there going like, dang, dude, you for, I mean, I'm like, dang, man, he resourceful, man. He be stealing cars and driving and stuff. I'm like, he just, yeah. And then how did he figure out that she faked her own death? And went all the way out to California. There was a part in there where he got the car that he stole. This lady and her daughter had to go to a roadside park, and I said, man, he ain't gonna kill that. that little girl, and he didn't. He didn't kill that little girl or that little mom. So overall, you guys, I like all the Halloweens, but these are not my favorites, to be honest with you, at all. But I ain't gonna sit there and go, oh, this and that. But Halloween H2O, I remember watching Halloween H2O, and I remember saying to myself, I could still see myself walking out the theater, kind of like yeah. I'm never one of those people that gets upset when I go to see a movie. It has to be extremely bad. Ooh, let's go into Halloween Resurrection. Because, all three of these movies are on this disc. But this had Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks in there. And I'm like, it opened up with Busta Rhymes in it. I said, is this like a Busta Rhymes movie or something? This is what I'm saying to myself. I actually see why a lot of people didn't care for Halloween Resurrection. My favorite part was when they was in the, the whole premise was, they was doing a reality show, and, he was trying to make some money, and he had them go to the old house that Michael Myers grew up in, and had these people that was going to go in there and try to find clues, and they had things set up and stuff like that. And of course, Michael Myers. But, earlier, Michael Myers went to the hospital because Jamie Lee Curtis was in the movie in the beginning of this Resurrection, and he broke in there, and then he got a hold of her, and they had a fight scene on the ceiling, and then he ended up killing her. She kissed him, and she goes, "I'll see you in hell," and stuff like that. And I'm like, I said, man, did she really die when she fell down in them trees? Because them trees looked like it was a hell of a cushion down there when she fell down. And I'm like, did she really die? But then, it showed him looking down at her, and then he goes out to his old home, and he's living at his house because it's condemned. Nobody's living there. But this reality TV host, which is sponsored by, Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks. Busta Rhymes, man, it was hard for me. He was doing that, trick or treat, my love, and all that, and I guess. Oh my God. I guess if you were, I don't know, man. I couldn't find. I never was a big Busta Rhymes fan, but I never did not like him. I never was a big LL Cool J fan, but I did not like them. I was just never a big fan. They were never, but Busta Rhymes, man. LL Cool J, I could do, but he had a kind of like a. I noticed that Busta Rhymes didn't get killed in Halloween Resurrection because it's almost like it was his film. It's like Michael Myers had like a side character in there. I'm like, man, it was the part where he was sitting there saying, "What's going on, man?" He goes, "You scared the crap out of me, man." He said, "Man, get your butt down there and turn around, go down that way, man." And Michael Myers just standing there and look at that. I went like that, said, "Man, dude, you'd messed with Michael Myers back in 1978, man. He'd have done you in." I'm sitting there watching him like, and Michael Myers going like this, looking at him. It was kind of funny. Now look, you guys, this is a great movie. No, Halloween Resurrection is kind of like the weakest one out of all of them. I don't know, but I'm enjoying them overall. I'm enjoying them, and Busta Rhymes, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I can't sit there and say that I don't like the guy because I can't say I don't. I just never listen to his music. I never listen to I listen to Who Do You Love by LL Cool J. That's one of his big hits that I like, but I ain't got nothing against those guys. Just LL Cool J's role in Halloween H2O was a little bit more down there. Busta Rhymes was a little bit over top, especially when he did that. And then he did a roundhouse kick, and then he kicked him and then it's almost like you're not allowed to kill Busta Rhymes in this movie. It's what it felt like. That's Busta Rhymes. You can't kill Busta Rhymes. And I was like, man, y'all ain't gonna kill. I kept saying, man, y'all ain't gonna kill no Michael Myers in this movie. I said, even when they at the climax, like I told y'all though, I did like when that kid was talking to her online. I did like the fact that when they interviewed her when she got out and Busta Rhymes got out, there was one chick and they got in front of the camera because that was what she wanted to do, is get in front. They all wanted to get in camera, man, and on this reality show, they was gonna get some money, and it was supposed to help them, whatever they was into. And then when she got on camera, I know she didn't like the fact she was gonna get on camera that way, because Busta Rhymes ended up scooping her up and helping them get out of the house because they kind of electrocuted Michael Myers and stuff, and the house caught on fire. And then when the camera got on, say this thing, she thanked that kid that she was talking to online through his phone. But like I said, it was kind of weird watching them communicate through that phone, because you see the technology, how much of a jump that it made. And so I have one more movie to watch, and the one I got to watch now is the third Halloween. I gotta watch the third Halloween, and then I'm gonna give y'all my little rankings. But anyway, I thought I'd throw up a quick video. You guys, God bless each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you. I truly mean that. And I got some new subscribers. I have jumped up in subscribers. I was sitting at 607. Now I'm sitting at 628. And, thank you. I never asked for subscribers, and I won't ask for subscribers. I want to tell you to hit the like button. You know why? Because it gets on my nerves when I watch a video and somebody, be sure to hit the be sure to hit the subscribe button and smash that like button. I'm like, damn, dude, why don't you just let me watch your video, man? My goodness, man, cut that crap out. I don't know why it turns me off. Do that all the time. They open up when they'll start talking about something and go, oh, by the way, man, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I'm looking at TV sometimes, man, looking at some of these channels I come across, and man, how you know I want to watch? How you know I want to subscribe to you anyway? I just happen to like your thumbnail. I want to see what you got to say. But I might not even. I might not even subscribe to your channel. That's why I never say hit the subscribe button. But anyway, you guys, y'all be safe out there. This world is getting nuts. Seriously, I have been shaken to the core. And I'm not going to cover it, but I've been shaken to the core this past last week, and between school, Catholic school shootings, and that girl on the subway, that girl on the train, wherever she was at, and then that that we all know about that campus debate thing, Charlie Kirk and all that, man. You guys, that's just crazy. So God bless all y'all, man. Y'all be safe out there, and that's all I gotta say. But anyway, man, I finally got through this. I'm glad y'all told me about this, but you know what gets me about this? I am so into, the Friday the 13th over here. I just don't give Halloween a chance. It's just always Halloween. I always watch Halloween. I love Halloween. And I know I got a lot to do with my age. I know it's got a lot to do with the fact that Jamie Lee Curtis is exactly the same age I am. She's 4 months older than me. 4 months older than me. Yeah, she's 4 months. She's 4 months older than me? Or is she 4 months younger than me? I know we're the same age. But anyway, and then it came out in 1978. I graduated in 1978. And I don't know, it's just such a magical time for me. I know a lot of y'all out there got a lot of magical times in your life. You could be 10 years younger than me. You could be 20 years younger than me. Then you'll look back at a lot of years that you had, and you'll be like, oh man, I remember that. I really had a good time. A lot of times, man, you gotta be careful about how we look at our years sometimes, because there's a lot of stuff that just makes us just go back and put a smile on face. So anyway, I'm just really glad that I have watched all these. And one of you people, one of y'all subscribers that was new told me about Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. That bad boy was just freaking like wow. And I'm glad you told me about it. I'm very impressed with this. So when I do my rankings after I get done watching Halloween 3, by the way, I will do rankings after I talk about Halloween 3, because I know I'm going to like Halloween 3. But when I went and seen Halloween 3, as old as I am, I remember going and seeing Halloween 3 because I was jacked up because we wanted to see Michael Myers. And Halloween 3, we didn't see Michael Myers. And a lot of us was upset over the fact that Halloween 3 didn't have Michael Myers in it. But as the years went by, we ended up liking Halloween 3. So I'm going to watch Halloween 3 and then I'll give my rankings. But I think I know what the rankings are going to be. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I ain't going to hate on Halloween H20. And I just got done watching Halloween Resurrection. Busta Rhymes and them. That's the weakest one out of them all. And then Halloween H20, even though both of them had Jamie Lee Curtis in it, it's just that I just feel like, I don't know how I feel, man. I just feel like Jamie Lee Curtis it's hard to explain because, with her being back, it would just draw, and it did draw us, but sometimes it's almost like I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. But anyway, Halloween H20 and Halloween Resurrection, I have to put at the bottom. Now, understand this. I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, Busta Rhymes sucked and all that kind of stuff. But I can totally see why people do not care for this and do not care for the Busta Rhymes role because they just probably don't. I don't think they don't like Busta Rhymes because of whatever. I just think it's almost like I'm sitting there going, man, is this Michael Myers' movie or is this Busta Rhymes' movie? Because I was sitting there watching this, I was like, man, come on, man. Is this supposed to be all about but it was entertaining. So I ain't going to sit here and tell you, oh, this thing sucked and it's the worst one of them all. But it is at the very bottom of the list. So I have Halloween 3 and then but I ain't gonna lie, I've been enjoying covering these movies. And yes, I did watch them all. But no, I only watched Halloween. And yes, I'm glad I watched them now because now it just really got me like, wow. There's a lot of wows in there, wows. I was like, wow. But hey, ain't gonna lie, man. Halloween 2 shocked me. Halloween 2 shocked. I told you on the previous video when I put a video up about Halloween 2, I was like, damn, I didn't know this was that good. I can't remember being it that good, but I think for me when I was younger, I just, Jamie Lee Curtis and, that first one was it's just something about that first one. I guess I just never could gravitate to that second one. I was partying and, guys, there was no internet back then. There was no cell phone. So we was always going to the park playing basketball. And we go out and hang out with people at the park. And, you play Frisbee and all that kind of stuff. And, concerts were big back then. So, you got to understand it was different back then. So, it was just different. So I think I was just at a different point in my life where I just think I was just like, But that first one was just so damn good. But now, after seeing that second one, I think it's really good. So anyway, I have one more Halloween to watch. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching these. I need to go to bed. And I was supposed to go to bed at 9:15. Here it's 9:40. I probably won't get to bed till about 10. But, man, I enjoyed this. I'm glad I bought this. Because I wanted to finish out all of them. It's so weird. I think I'm going to watch the newer Halloweens just to keep going. So I might put a video about that. And I don't really look, you guys want to put it out there. I appreciate your subscribe. Yeah, subscribe. But I ain't gonna ask for subscribe. I ain't gonna tell you hit the like button. And I shared something on a short about Charlie Kirk because I just want to let you guys know it truly deeply disturbed me. Yesterday I got off work and I was it's been going in my head and coming out my head and going in my head and going out my head. And I was thinking about that girl that got stabbed by that guy because he didn't like because she was white. What the hell? And then, Charlie Kirk getting assassinated and then all the people celebrating. But what I'm saying is that I got off work yesterday and I was wanting to sit and play a video game, but then I was wanting to, I decided to take a bike ride. I just could not stop thinking about that. I was getting so angry and I was getting down. So then I got on the bike path and I got out there and the leaves was turning colors and I seen a deer and then I seen some pretty birds. God is good, you guys. God is good all the time. God is good. It's still a lot of ugly out in the world, but there's still a lot of beauty out there, you guys. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm just letting y'all know. This is who y'all subscribe to. I'm just going to tell you. So, And I was telling God I thank him for the trees, and I was just looking up, and I felt better, man, because I did end up putting in I think I put in like 12 miles. I was just going to be a short ride just to stop thinking, but I got out there and I was looking, and the leaves was on. Now I was going down the bike path, and you can hear my tires hitting the leaves because they're turning and stuff. And we ain't got no rain in a while, by the way. We could use some rain, but anyway, thank you for the subscribers. God bless. Be very safe out there. I truly mean that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and watch the newer ones now because I'm Halloween in. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I love Halloween, man. Christmas is still my favorite. Halloween is my second. Third, Thanksgiving is nice too. But we'll catch you next video. Have a good night and be safe out there. We'll see you.